We imagine billionaires as loud, private jets, cameras, noise, but the most powerful people of the next decade won't be loud at all. They'll be invisible, anonymous, stacking quietly in plain sight while the rest of the world argues about politics, markets, and memes. Now, you won't read about them in Forbes, they won't brag on X, but they'll control the scarcest resource civilization has ever produced, and that is truthful money. Now, they're not the next generation of tech bros, they're the first generation of sovereigns. Now, speaking of sovereignty, I just quickly want to chuck this in here. This is a completely free course of mine, and if you want to come and check it out, what I'll do is link it down in the description below. See, wealth used to mean accumulation, more homes, more headlines, more leverage, but something shifted. And in a world that can print anything, money, followers, even identities, the rarest thing left is silence. Now, the quiet billionaire understands this. They don't chase yield, they chase insulation. And they're not trying to be seen, they're trying to disappear into freedom. Now, their portfolio isn't diversified, it's distilled. Time, focus, Bitcoin. That's it. See, right now, people still think $1 million makes them rich, but $1 million in a melting currency is just a slow countdown to zero. Now, the quiet billionaire knows better. They understand that wealth isn't measured in what you earn, it's measured in what can't be taken. So while the public debates politics and price charts, they're quietly converting paper promises into digital scarcity. They're buying what no central bank can counterfeit, and that's Satoshis. And here's the paradox. They don't look rich, they look ordinary. They drive 10-year-old cars, use old phones, and live beneath their means because their status symbol isn't visible, it's verifiable. Now, the first phase of every wealth cycle is noise. Everyone rushes in, everyone flexes, everyone trades screenshots, then the real players disappear. They move to cold wallets. They turn capital into privacy. They build systems that don't leak. Now, the world will call it paranoia, but history will call it foresight. Now, when the next crisis hits, when currencies seize, banks freeze, and liquidity evaporates, these people won't panic, because their net worth isn't sitting in a spreadsheet. It's encoded in math, dispersed across nodes, and immune to permission. Now, the quiet billionaire isn't stacking for greed, they're stacking for peace. They've realised something few people ever do. You can't buy freedom, but you can store it. Now, every sat they hold is a line of code that says, no one decides for me. Now, that's the mindset shift the world will notice too late, when the loud wealth collapses under its own leverage, and the quiet wealth just keeps existing untouched. Now, in the fiat era, attention was currency. In the sovereign era, privacy is power. Now, the influencers build audiences. The sovereigns build exits. One spends influence, the other stores integrity. Now, the quiet billionaire understands that you can't flex permanence. It has to be felt and not flaunted. Now, maybe you're not a billionaire. Maybe you never wanted to be. And that's fine. Because the point isn't the number. It's the noise level. How quietly can you build something permanent? And how early can you move before everyone else sees what's coming? Now, you don't need billions to live like them. You just need to start acting as if noise is expensive and silence compounds. So stack, learn, and disappear. Because by the time the headlines finally write about the Bitcoin billionaires of 2035, they won't realise the truth. The real ones were already here. Quiet, ordinary, unseen, but inevitable. So if you're stacking quietly, keep going. You don't need validation. You need conviction. Now, history won't remember the loud. It will remember the ones who acted before the noise began. So stay quiet and stay sovereign. Now, I just want to chuck this in here as well. I recently started a Facebook page, so if you do enjoy my content and you have Facebook, come through and give me a follow. Now, if you've made it this far and if you're not too sure what to watch next, well, I have this playlist for you just here, which you can go ahead and binge watch if you enjoy watching my content, or if you just want a quick single little video, you can watch this one just here, recommended to you by YouTube.